Hi everyone, it's Dev from The Modernist Colorist. This is a final video today. I'm going to do you a swatching of the Homecube markers, which are, in my opinion, some of the best that I've used. I've not really used Copics, so I can't, compare them to those kind of quality of marker. However, I have used a lot of the middle of the road ones, and as my first video suggested, some of them are just a waste of money. So I am going to do, I was going to do the full flip through of 60, but I'm going to do 30 in this video, and then we're going to move on and separate it and do another 30 later on, as I've done 2 videos already. Excuse me. I'm full of cold at the moment for some unknown reason. Okay, so we take the lid off. They're very much the same as what, the generic marker on the market looks like. They are double-ended. They've got the fine tip and the broad tip, and then of course you've got the colour on the end of the pen, which this one is number 41, olive green. So I'm going to go through 30 of these, which is a page and a quarter of the swatch book, and then I'm going to follow on with the rest of them probably tomorrow. So okay, let's get started. So I've marked the page out to start on. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all alright. I've just recently watched a lot of the colorathon, and it's been so entertaining to watch. Everybody's really worked hard and put in a show on. It's been really good. Sammy from Colour and Chat with Sammy has started all that off. There's been some excellent streams. I'm going to be part of the next one, hopefully, fingers crossed. And we can make it even more successful, hopefully. So these are the Homecube. So while I am writing, the offer is still open for suggestions on how I can give away some of the Crayola brush tips in the Pro range that are specifically designed for illustrators of newspapers and comics. So if anybody can think of any unique way of giving those away, I'm more than happy to look at it, and we will do that. Okay, so the first one we're going to swatch out here is Pale Baby Blue. I'm going to do them on the fine tip, purely because the boxes are reasonably small, and it would make sense to do that. So the first one is 144 Pale Baby Blue. So let's get that started. That's the chisel tip. This is the fine tip. So, okay, here we go. You will find that these colours are absolutely superb, and because they are so juicy and thin in the consistency of the ink, you can still go over where you've been and you will not leave any marks. I mean, look at that, superb. Next one we will do is the 68 Baby Blue. We had such a laugh yesterday in all the streams. You know, there were people making jokes, people happy. It was just such a nice experience. It's the first one I've been involved with, as in not a participator, but the first one I've been involved with as a spectator. And I tell you what, it was absolutely superb. And May, if you're listening, you are the comedian of all comedians. You really do make me laugh. Your sense of humour is exactly the same as mine, and I love you to bits. So that's that. So I've claimed my undying love for May. Here we go with 178 Cool Shadow. These markers are absolutely top notch, I can assure you. When I finish the swatch, I will try and put a link up in the description like I've done with the books. But look at that colour, that's very unusual. It's almost like a watercolour pale blue. They call it Cool Shadow, that's excellent. Especially for skies and things of that ilk. Next one we have is number 68 Turquoise Blue. 58 Turquoise Blue. And as you can see again, they're not a cop out, these, where certainly in my experience I've bought some sets of these markers, these Touch 1 and Touch New and Touch 7, and you can't touch this, and all other type of markers with the word touching. And a lot of their colours are very, very similar. But I can assure you with these, by the time I've finished, you will love them. That is the Turquoise Blue, beautiful colour, again different to all the other shades. And then we move on to the Cerulean Blue. And that is number 63. I think these were, price-wise, I'm not too sure here until I put the link up, but I think they were £30 for 60, which works them 50 pence each, or nearly 50 cents each if you're in America. Probably just slightly more than 50 cents each. The colour payoff speaks for itself. I did say that these were superb, and I've not seen any better, I must admit. So that is the Cerulean Blue. Now I'm going to go on to the number 70, which is Royal Blue. As you can see, that's a deep, lovely navy blue. Not quite navy, but certainly vivid blue. The kind of blue you would associate with royalty, hence the name. And like I say, you don't get those patches if you're quick enough. I mean, these have now dried. They are just blanket colours. There's no line marks, no nothing in these. And that's because the quality, and they're made with ink that allows you to spread it out before it starts drying and tearing the paper up. Moving on next, I think we will have the Peacock's Green, which is number 61. I am doing this with a stretch hand, so I do apologise, but it's the only way I can do it and allow you to see at the same time. And how lovely is that? I think we'll do next the Brilliant Blue, which is number 74. Similar to the Royal, but this has more of a purple tinge to it. This kind of reminds me of the old kind of 70s football kits where they had like Everton and teams like that, Ipswich, that had really standout blue kits. Let's do next. I'm going to do the Prussian Blue, which is number 69. As you can see, the colour payoff with this one is very, very dark. That's what I would class as a navy, especially if you were buying clothes and you asked for something that was navy blue. That's the kind of blue that I would like. It almost looks black probably on camera, but I can assure you that is a really dark navy blue. Then we have number 71, which is Cobalt Blue. Obviously in a picture more time and care will be made, but these are just a swatch. It's what the book's for, so it allows you to be able to see the colours. Now that one against that one and against that one, they are different shades, and I can't sort of praise this set of markers enough. I mean, if you look at all these blues here, they're just absolutely fantastic. They're the type of shades of blue you would associate with pencil sets such as the certainly the Faber-Castell polychromos and the Prismacolors, who have such a varied amount of blues. So moving on, I'm going to drop into the purples, I think, while I'm here. This is number 73, Ultramarine. You can't even see when I'm going horizontal against the vertical. And that's due to ink quality, I believe. I speak to Harry on a regular basis from the Art Gear Guide, and he informs me that you can always tell a good marker by the drying time and the allowance of the pigment to be moved. The more pigment's in, the less lines it creates, as opposed to you know, the ones that's got more alcohol or more water in them. So I've got another couple there, so we'll move on to these. First of all, we've got light violet, which is number 82. So don't forget, everybody, I'm more than happy. I've got that many videos that I could be doing. It's just a case of putting them in any specific order at the moment. So if anybody's got any specific ones that they want doing, or flip throughs, or you know, I'm going to start doing some colour alongs eventually. Once I get through the majority of my collection, I'm going to start doing some colour alongs, and then eventually I'm going to do some live streams, obviously fitting in with everybody else. This is number 81, sorry, deep violet. So it's the complete contrast to the one we've just done. So yeah, I'm more than happy to take requests. As you can see, the flip throughs I've done are for people who have asked for them, and I have quite a large order coming shortly as payday approaches. So I have a set allowance out of my budget for art supplies every month, and of course the harder I work, the more I get. So I'd rather put it into something like this than, you know, going out boozing and that kind of thing. Those days are gone for me. I would love to try a picture with these blending. I think you could do it with relative ease. So now, do I go pink or do I go back to the greens? Let's go with the greens, and I'm going to start off with 59, which is pale green. There's such a variance with these colours. I'd like to do the better ones first. It has got quite a lot of pinks, but the greens are so varied. I think you'll be quite impressed. So that's pale green. That's a lovely colour. That's kind of a Robin Hood colour, which can be used widely, as we all know. Let me pull a few of these out. Okay. Then we have turquoise light green. That should have gone earlier, but never mind. This is number 57, and it is turquoise light green. I went to watch my local football team this weekend, Huddersfield Town. They're doing really well at the moment. They're in the Premier League, have been for the last 2 seasons. It's going to be a tough battle again to stay in there, but playing the likes of Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, those kind of teams, it's brought lots and lots of interest to the town, and created a load of jobs, I believe, as well. So it's been a very, very good bandwagon to ride on at the moment. So that's turquoise light green, and then we have emerald green, number 55. So what was all your favourite parts of the colour-a-thon yesterday? I enjoyed it all, I must say. There wasn't much I didn't like. I joined most streams while I had the time, but I do generally work between 50 and 60 hours a week, so yesterday was my first day off. So I spent the day napping and watching colouring videos. So I did get some rest yesterday, which is good. And that's a lovely emerald green. Again, no patches. Moving on, we have, go to this one, we have vivid green, number 46. I particularly enjoyed Kate's stream from Kate's Colouring Haven. The little daughter was the star of the show. That was very, very entertaining. And then Sammy did a thank you video, which I thought was really nice. Anne's stream was very good. She gave away some stuff. I enjoyed May's, apart from the time it was on. Enjoyed them all, really. I looked at whose did I watch today? I was asleep last night for Shalene's stream, so I watched it this morning. This is number 43, deep olive green. So yeah, I watched Shalene's stream this morning. That was also very good. I watched Melissa's. I watched Colouring F's, Francis. So yeah, there's just so much unity, I think is the right word, for yesterday and the day before. And you know, Sammy should be really, really proud of the exploits there, because it got everybody together, you know, across the pond as well. And when you manage to unify people like that, you know, it shows an endearing quality for everybody to look at. And I was really impressed with it all. So I have asked, if there is a space, of course, that the next Colour-a-thon in November, if I can grab a slot somewhere, that'd be really cool. That's deep olive green, that's a lovely colour. Again, you've got a lot of forestry here, haven't you? You know, for your colours, but wait while the rest of the greens are on, you'll be shocked. So this is number 47, grass green. Yeah, it's nice to be part of the colouring community. I think that you know, to share everybody's interests, which is predominantly colouring, is fantastic. You know, male or female, I think it's well worth the venture, which is really what's got me started to do my channel, really, more than anything else. You know, down to the reasons that everybody has their own take on it, and it's nice to see everybody else's ideas. This is number 42, and this is bronze green. I don't recall seeing that colour in many sets, bronze green. But here we go. That's a lovely, lovely dark kind of browny green. And then moving on, we have yellow green, number 48. Just to recap, folks, on the book, it is by Yasmin Elderhan. And it is an extra large colour collection edition. I'll put a link to the book, excuse me, along with the markers at the end of the video, because somebody did ask what book it was, from the Beryl swatches. Now this is a beautiful colour, synonymous with greens in trees, grass. Even though there is another grass green, I think this one you would associate like with a cut lawn, freshly cut lawn. But look at the colour saturation on those; they are phenomenal. This is fluorescent green, and it's number 124. Wow, this is a kind of lighter version than the above. Now, for some reason, the colour saturation is the same, but it's got a slight scratch on the tip. Now I'm wondering, it's slightly damaged, is that? Hence the lines that it's created. So I might have to email them about that particular one. But you know, you can't have perfection in every single set unless you're paying top dollar. This is green bice. Not heard of this colour before. So it's green bice, spelled B-I-C-E. All will be revealed, no doubt. Let's have a look. Back to normal with the colour lay down. So it's just that one pen, hopefully. That's a real pale kind of pea and ham soupy colour. And then we have fluorescent yellow, which is 1, 2, 3. Now this is really pale. This would do in, you know, like the vivid colours when you're doing neon and that kind of stuff. That's a lovely colour. Okay, so that's 24 done. That's the 26th today. So I'm going to pick half a dozen more and then call it a day. So what I will do is just have a quick look on here, just bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've actually got 6 greys, how's that? So I will do these greys, light to dark. In fact, no, I'll go dark to light. So this is number WG8, so 1 grey 8. That's a really dark warm grey. Again, the colour payoff is fantastic. So moving on down to CG8, Cool Grey 8. Remember folks, there's 60 colours in this box, which is more than enough, I think. And when that dries, you'll see the contrast between the warm and cool. So, now we have another warm grey, which I'll do, but this is warm grey 3. Sorry if you can hear some noise. With this being my garage, I can hear them next door, even though it's soundproofed. They're having a party next door, and I think they've got the karaoke machine out, and it's not good, folks. It's not good. They keep singing Cyndi Lauper time after time, and they actually do it time after time, so it's very annoying. Time after time. So this is the warm grey, which is 5 shades down from the top one. So again, these are the warmy colours. Instantly with this one you think elephant, I think. or mushroom, or that kind of brickworky stone. But again, such a lovely colour. So I'm kind of guessing there's going to be 1.5 less for the cool, and there is. So this is CG3. So this is cool grey 3. Another 5 steps down from the second one. Let's see what this one's like. I don't think I've used this one. They're easily controlled, these pens. I can't really say enough about them. They're that good. And as you can see, that's a cool grey. It is what it says on the tin. You know, there's none of this, like I said before, with colours putting out that are all the same but with different titles. This one is blue grey, which is BG7. These are alcohol markers, so they do bleed a little bit by the lines, but as you all know, if you don't go quite up to the line, that's fine. And they do bleed through, as you can see on the opposite page, but putting something down prevents any damage to the other page. So that is blue grey 7, and then finally for today we've got blue grey 3. And it spreads so evenly again. So there we have it. I've done 30 colours here. I am tempted to carry on, but if I do, I'm not going to eat properly today, and I'm back at work tomorrow. So I will do the rest of these 30 tomorrow and upload it tomorrow evening. Those are mainly reds, pinks, neutrals and browns. And like I said, these are the Homecube double-headed pen. The fine tip is 2mm, the chisel tip is 6mm. They've got anti-shedding skill, which is evident on the product final result. They're highly pigmented and vibrant colours. They've got colour-coded caps, and they are blendable, which is something that I thought would be the case. So yeah, I can't recommend those highly enough. I will put a link down in the description of the video at the bottom. So thanks for joining me. It is Dev. It is the Modern Colourist again. If you've liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like more content to come to your news feed, then please subscribe and give my bell a ring. And I'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Thank you for joining me.